is Pasa, Nashville.
Bienvenidos and welcome to Pasa, Nashville. My name is Christina Allen and thank you for joining us. This week my guests are from the Tennessee Foreign Language Institute. I have with me Mr. Aaron Lovett, who's the Director of Curriculum and Training, and Ms. Leah Hashinger, who is the ESL, which is English Second Language, to Grow Program Manager. Yeah. Thank you both for joining us.
Thanks for having us.
I've known about your program. I believe it started in 1986, and your executive director has been on the show before, but tell us exactly what the Tennessee Foreign Language Institute is and its purpose.
Okay. Well, our mission is to meet the linguistic and cultural needs of businesses and citizens of the state of Tennessee. And so in doing that, we have interpreter and translation services. We teach foreign languages. We teach English as a second language. We do professional development for teachers and for interpreters. And we train English as a second language teachers. We train other language teachers as well.
So let's dig into that a little bit, because that's a lot. And I think it started off because of the need of our court systems and so forth and needing that. But you said it's linguistic and meet the linguistic and cultural needs.
Yes.
Tell me about each of those separately.
Okay. Well, just in a nutshell, in the state of Tennessee, there are well over 100 languages spoken. And many of the people that speak those languages don't speak English well. And so they need people to offer translation services for documents. They need people to help them navigate the court system or the medical situation with an interpreter.
So you have not just, and there's a difference between translation and interpretation. I'll let you give us that, because people don't realize that. So give us that definition. Can you give me that?
Sure, absolutely. So an interpreter is someone who will actually orally say what is happening. So if you're at a medical appointment, for example, and you are a Spanish speaker, you're going to need an interpreter to be present to speak what the doctor is saying to you. And a translation is a written version of that. So
it could be more technical too.
Exactly, yeah. So a lot of translations that we do at the Tennessee Foreign Language Institute would be someone who's coming from a different country and they want to get their high school or college transcripts translated into English. Our translation department would be able to do that.
Now I know Vanderbilt and has been taking the lead in with their, especially the Children's Hospital, and having interpreters on site. I've had a great story where, there's been instances in the medical field where someone just gave birth of a different language and they did not have anyone to speak that language to console the mother or talk to the mother, and that was boom, we got to really change our demographic shift, therefore we got to be reflective of our community. So interpreters, translators, courts, most people, and I guess I would think Spanish is the most sought after language. Is that true? And if so, if not, which one follows that?
Well, I'm not in the interpreter translation services department. That's not really exactly what I do. But you might be surprised. We have so many people who speak Arabic, who speak other, who speak Southeastern Southeast Asian language. Yes, thank you very much. And so there's Chinese, there's Somali, there's Burmese, Korean, Nepal. Thank you. Yeah.
And these people are here mostly through the refugee program, or are you looking more like the spouses of Vanderbilt's professorship? Both or no?
A lot of refugees and immigrants. Yeah.
And so, so as you are being in more demand for your services, where do you see the demand coming from?
Well, we get a lot of demand from the business sector.
So private entities.
Private entities. We also are a fantastic resource for state government. There are many state agencies that could use our services instead of relying on a non-state agency to offer translation or interpretation or to train teachers or whatever. We're a state agency, and so communication and quality of work is very high on our mind, and so we work very well with other state agencies.
So when you see this, a lot of the religious sectors coming out and teaching English as a second language in their facilities, are they necessarily certified, or do they come try to be certified? Is that what you do, or you
Yes,
don't know?
yes. No, we'd love to see an organization decide to train their teachers, because what happens is
Or train their volunteers.
Yeah.
Exactly.
A person may be able to speak a language, but without good training, it's difficult to teach that language well.
Okay.
And so what we offer is an internationally recognized certification, but it's actually changed the face of English language teaching in Nashville, because now in many of the community organizations there are trained and certified teachers that are able to help their students. They may be volunteering, or they may be paid, they may be at a church or at a community center, but they're helping their students get the English language skills that are necessary for life in the United States.
And what is the emotion of these, and I say emotion, I mean, realistically, once you know the language, you can succeed. And if we're talking to refugees, obviously in business, it's a business opportunity, especially with exporting and international trade becoming a huge opportunity within Tennesseans. You know, what are some of the I think the compassionate, I mean, when people come out after a class of learning English, I mean, what is their first response? You know, I mean, do they just always want to speak it? Do they want to continue it or get better, or what?
It depends on the students.
Okay. I mean, yeah.
I've seen everything from mild acceptance of, okay, I'm going to live here and succeed, to enthusiasm, to tears of joy. I know that Leah has seen lots of excellent students who had no hope of learning English, but because of her ESL to Go program, now they're able to actually have this hope of communicating.
Well, let's do this. Let's take a quick break, and we're going to come back to talk to Leah, who is the ESL to Go program manager, and you're going to be surprised of how this concept came together as well as its success. So we'll be right back with Pasa Nashville. Good lead-in.